somewhere out there, Michael Jordan's like, hey, turn that up. What was that he said? Chris Broussard is joining us again. All right, Broussard, did LeBron winning change the GOAT debate at all in your eyes?
Look, here's what it did, is it kept the debate going. If LeBron had lost the finals or not gotten there, not gotten finals MVP, in many people's eyes, it would be over. Remember when The Last Dance was playing months ago? After it ran, the network that ran it did a poll. 73% of people said Jordan's the GOAT. 66% of 18 to 34-year-olds, a little younger than Nick, said it. So Jordan had it. Now this latest narrative keeps LeBron alive, and I think brings some of those people back into the LeBron camp, or at least open-minded. I still have Jordan #1, LeBron #2. Here's the #1 reason. Well, not the #1, but one of the reasons. Jordan dominated the NBA in a way that LeBron hasn't. There have been 2 3-peats. Jordan had 2 3-peats in 7 years. 2 3-peats in 7 years. Everyone else who has stepped on the planet and played basketball has 1 3-peat in 54 years. And that was Shaq and Kobe, 2 of the top 10 players of all time. Once Jordan started winning, no one else could win. He kept a host of Hall of Famers from winning championships. Ewing, Barkley, Drexler, Olajuwon, Shaq, Robinson. We could go on and on. LeBron hasn't done that. LeBron locked down the East for 8 years, and everyone else in the East was shook. We can't win it. Jordan did that to the entire NBA. All right? LeBron has not kept other superstars from winning, from eating. Durant's 8. Steph's 8. Dirk Nowitzki 8. Kawhi's 8. And old Tim Duncan 8. They all won championships under LeBron's watch. There is no LeBron watch or era when it comes to winning. There's a LeBron watch for greatness, but not winning, because all those other guys have won championships as well. Secondly, Jordan does not have a weakness, Nick. I can point a weakness out in Magic, Bird, Shaq, Kareem, and yes, LeBron. You want to poo-poo it? Free throw shooting, a weakness. Lack of a mid-range pull-up game, a weakness that we saw at the end of Game 5, that we saw against Golden State. When he couldn't pull up over Draymond and shoot the short jumper, he kicked it out to Kyle Korver. That's a weakness. It's a small one, but it's there and hinders him a little bit. And then over-dribbling, over-dominating the basketball limits what other stars can do. That's why the third star, Chris Bosh, Kevin Love, becomes a role player. And that limits your team's ability to win more titles. Jordan had no weakness. Don't point to three-point shooting, because it wasn't a weakness back then. And by the way, he has the same percentage as Kobe Bryant, which never was a weakness. So Michael Jordan had no weaknesses. I got more, but I'll let you respond.
Go more. I can go.
So listen, I've been having this debate for 3 years on television, and I've never wanted to do what I'm about to do. I've always, to quote the great Michelle Obama, I've always tried to go high when others go low. I have always tried to run a positive campaign, a campaign celebrating the greatness of LeBron James, as opposed to what I'm about to have to do right now, which is tell you what Chris Broussard and his ilk, what the media does not want you to know about Michael Jordan. Because here are some facts. Before Scottie Pippen got there, a total and complete loser. Not just never got out of the first round, not just 1-9 in the playoffs, never even above 500 in the regular season. Can I have point number 2, please? Larry Bird, the best player when he walked into the league. You know how many times Michael beat Larry in the playoffs? I don't mean in a series. I mean in a single playoff game. The answer to that is 0. But wait, there's more. In Jordan's entire career, there were 3 super teams in the East: the Celtics, the Pistons, and the Magic. His career playoff series record against those three teams, 2-6. But against everybody else, 23-1. Speaking of the East, which Chris Broussard mentioned in regards to LeBron James, once the Pistons were gone, do you know how many teams in the East, Jordan's entire title run, had more than one Hall of Famer? One. The team Michael was on. He had Pippen, and then he had Pippen and Rodman. And then the last point Broussard loves to make, which is we pretend Jordan's career was 6 years long. Everyone ate on Michael's watch. We just pretend it didn't happen. Can we show guys who won rings in years Michael Jordan played? Well, Larry won, Kareem won, Magic won, Isaiah won, Hakeem won, Drexler won, Shaq won, Kobe won, David Robinson, Tim Duncan won. I'm not even including the years Michael retired. Those are only years Michael Jordan played basketball. So the media doesn't want you to know this.
Duncan.
These are all facts.
Can I go next?
Look it up. Oh, hold on, wait a second. Wait, so I'm just, because I would agree that if we are deciding the only years of Jordan's career that count are the years he won championships, well, that's a hell of a resume. But that's not how this works. You can't get the points you scored the other years, the MVPs you won the other years, the Defensive Player of the Year you won the other years, but then say, but nobody ate. Nobody ate. He's still waiting. The only time he ever beat Larry Bird in the playoffs was when he was coaching the Pacers. The only time the Bulls faced during the title runs a real contender in the East, the first time they faced him, the Magic, they lost to him. That year doesn't count though either, because the rules are we can only talk about what he does well. He has no weaknesses. And don't you dare mention three-point shooting, to quote Broussard. Why can't I mention that? Because that's a weakness, and that hurts my point, damn it. So listen, I've never wanted to go negative, Broussard. I've never wanted to do this campaign. But what the media doesn't want you to know about Michael Jordan could fill a damn library, and that's my case.
That, Nick, I did expect more from you than that. I mean, my goodness. Can I say this, please, quickly?
Rebut anything I said.
Other
before
thing.
You hold on.
No,
here's the other thing. No. You said
I gotta say this.
Wait.
Because I don't. Hold on. I'll rebut it afterwards. This should not. And I said this yesterday on Undisputed. This should not define LeBron's career any more than Magic Johnson's tragic Johnson moment in '84 defines his career. It doesn't. But however, when you are debating the GOAT, you nitpick. And this is a nit to pick.
That's right.
Michael Jordan, unlike anyone else, never had a meltdown moment on the big stage. We never saw the stage being too big for Jordan. Magic, we saw it. Bird had 2 8-point games in his first finals and a 12-point game. We've seen it with other players. And we saw it, Nick, you can't run from it, with LeBron in 2011.
I'm not running from it.
That right there,
great. No one denies that.
He learned from it. He became better.
That's great.
But it is an issue in the GOAT debate. Again, Michael Jordan
I got it.
When Michael Jordan lost those games you mentioned, he balled out. He never lost the finals he was supposed to win. The game
after he gambled, no, it's right. The game after he was out all night gambling in Atlantic City when they were down 2-0 and he went 3 for 18, that one doesn't count because the next game he was great.
Was the stage too big?
But I'm just curious.
Was it because the stage was too big?
I don't know why it was. I just know he went 3 for 18 in the game when his team was down 2-0 after he was out all night gambling. But I just know that happened.
They won, I think.
But I'm just curious because you're very good at, like I said, the media like you. We can go negative at LeBron. Is anything I said there wrong?
No.
On my 5 points about Jordan, was any of those points wrong?
They weren't wrong, but they weren't that powerful. They weren't. When I said nobody won on Jordan's watch, I didn't say his whole career was his watch. I said once he started winning, once he took over league, it was a wrap, baby. No one else got a chance. LeBron didn't rule the East his entire career, but once he took over the East, it was a wrap. But Jordan did it for the whole 30-team league. That's the difference.
The year Jordan won championships, no one won a championship. I would agree with you there.
Hey,
I don't know if it's quite as compelling of a point as others believe. Go ahead, Jenna. Sorry.
No, Brandon, you're new to this debate. I've heard this debate for a couple years between Broussard and Nick. It's every
Jen,
time
I don't
it's
know
so
if I want to
entertaining.
jump.
Go ahead.
I don't listen. Here's the thing, right? Yes, I mean we've tried to have this debate over the last 2-3 months, and we've been holding out just for this moment. But this is what I hate about it. It's an impossible debate. And Nick, you make it black and white. You make it seem like, oh, it's just clear cut that LeBron is the GOAT. And you're a smart guy, and that's why I love you. But you can manipulate the numbers to make it tell the story you want it to tell. If you were on the side of MJ, you can make it a great case for him. Because when you look at the numbers, 6 titles to LeBron's 4. MJ, all his major honors came in the first 13 years on one team. LeBron, it took 3 teams, 4 stops in 17 years to get here. And then the last thing, MJ is the only player to average 30 points per game in a postseason career. So I say all that to say this, Nick, is that you can make the numbers tell whatever story you want it to tell. So it's not black and white.
Wilds.
You're
Go
not
ahead, Wilds.
Oh, Nick's relaxing.
No. I want to let you go.
Frank Vogel
I'll
did
jump
a
in.
good job. Frank Vogel did a good job saying that he's the best player in the basketball universe has ever seen. And we can't comment on him unless we're around him every day and coach him. So Frank Vogel has made it a very narrow path if you can say that he's not the best. I actually have to get a job coaching LeBron before I can weigh in. But someone who is around him every day, Anthony Davis, was asked by Rachel straight up, hey, is this guy the GOAT? Layup time for Anthony Davis. Here's what he said.